I call Jamie Arbuckle.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise on behalf of New Zealand First to support the Plain Language Act repeal bill. And firstly, Madam Speaker, New Zealand First unfortunately was not in government when this bill was passed. So interestingly, as this goes through Select Committee, will be a time, I guess, we will hear the pros and cons of what was actually achieved from this bill. But, Madam Speaker, New Zealand First is committed to streamlining bureaucracy where necessary and ensuring accountability alongside efficient use of government funds and resource. The Plain Language Act 2022 is repealed by this bill. And repealing this is a display what New Zealand First believes will be common sense. The Act added unnecessary administrative requirements, and as the Labour Party love to do, and they did not deliver tangible outcomes, as the Labour Party also loves to do. We have long been a proponent of reducing bureaucracy, and in our 2020 manifesto committed to cutting excess regulation and red tape, and we maintain this position today. This bill will tangibly lessen time wasted in government agencies. It reduces reporting requirements and will ensure public servants focus on the basic responsibilities and are not burdened by reporting standards. Individual autonomy is maintained in this bill, and it still allows government agencies, Madam Speaker, to use plain language voluntarily, and that's something I think everyone in this House understands across the sector, where things are put into terms by officials that many of us need that opportunity for the language to be used in a way that we all understand. And it is our thinking that we don't need that to be legislated through a mandate. We are very pleased to prevent wastage of the expenditure on the measures that add no value to the public. And as I just want to go through part 5 of the original bill there, Madam Speaker, in part 5, and if you actually read part 5 of the plain language bill, I think it's something most of us would all agree with, is to have be appropriate to the intended audience that the language being used. It's clear, concise and well organised. And I think that in itself is something that is common sense. But as we heard from the last speaker, when you get to part 11 of the bill, of the original bill, plain language officers, and this is where this bill took on its own life, and adding extra bureaucracy for something that should have been simple and common sense has not been achieved. I've also heard, Madam Speaker, talking to a number of people about this bill, they said originally it was very much like a word salad, that was very much off target in that sense. So through that, Madam Speaker, New Zealand First, willing to hear the views through the Select Committee, but for today we commend the bill to the House and support it through its passage. Thank you.
Oh my God, when you're supplying advice on mass, right, you need to use plain language. You don't make that shit voluntary. Okay, you're not writing to an individual, you're writing to the community. You know, imagine if it was about, oh, here's when you take this medication, how you take this medication, and the appropriate dosage of the medication. If you use really technical jargon, people are just going to go, oh, okay, and do an ivermectin with it. It's like, no, plain language is really, really important for public safety. And those officers are really, really important because they've consulted with the public, so they've got an idea of how they understand things.
And connection, exactly, yeah. Laura. And I think for me it's really devastating because, as we know with Māori, we learn and grow through speaking down and passing down lessons, and not within four walls. So again, the disparities for Māori, this is targeted for them as well, I feel in my heart from it. But again, we're using words like common sense. How derogatory, or how could you speak down to the public by saying that we don't have common sense? And again, you want to say there's no tangible results about language. Well, what tangible, if you don't know, guys, is something evidence of physical. How can you have physical evidence of a language? That doesn't make sense.
Now,
you've just put it up, Sam. That's plain language.
Yeah. Now, here's something.
Thank you.
If you look at the words, may confuse you.
Yep.
But is exactly the same thing.
It's the same shape, same colour.
So that's stop in Spanish.
Yep. So I don't know what stop in Spanish is, but I know what that sign is.
Yeah. So if you're travelling in Spain or in Mexico, where Ricardo Mendez marches from, you will definitely know what a stop sign is. I wonder what the stop sign German has.
Yeah.
Halt. Well, okay.
Halt.
Anhalten. Okay.
Yeah. And if we go to French.
So what this is proving is that language, like communicating, goes beyond just the words being used. It's also
obviously that sign must be based in Canada because it's about the only part of the world where I know that you put both English and French on the same sign.
Yep.
Remember, and now here's one. and I wonder if we actually have a version of it in New Zealand.
Me too.
Now, shape means something. But yeah, the closest thing we know to have that is this one here, which is the Haere and Tahoa. Yeah.
Yep.
Which have been allowed to be used as stop-go signs and are commonly seen in the Bay of Plenty area.
Yep.
I mean, at the end of the day, this is the evidence right here. I mean, please, I think everyone should just apply to be an MP in the next election because it's proving time and time again that literally anybody can be one.
Oh, yes. Soraya just put up a good point. Gaelic is a really complex language, but still, because we've got those signs, we've got those universal symbols, plain communication, we would know what stop looks like in Gaelic.
But
Yeah.
you're forgetting, Laura and Sam, that the public here in Aotearoa, known as New Zealand, don't have common sense. We don't.
Oh, yeah, true. I
We just
forgot
pointed
that
that
one.
out.
Yep.
He's just put us down, and whoever voted for him, he's putting you down too, because you don't have common sense.
That's true.
Okay.
Actually, that is true. My sense.